Oh, all right. Today is the day. Today is the topic that has been long overdue. I don't know what about this week. I don't know if it's the 4th of July thing we just got going on, maybe long weekend, right? Most people had off Thursday, maybe you took off Friday, it turned into 4 days of a long weekend. Everyone today hated their body. Everyone. So I was like, today is the day we absolutely have to make this the topic of the call today, which is nice. So just so you guys know, express your concerns, be honest, open, vulnerable. You are never the only one going through these things. It also helps me as a coach to be able to coach you best. And then it can manifest into something like this, where it turns into a whole coaching call on a topic that's relevant. So all that to say, thank you for my clients who message me throughout the week on Discord that are open and honest and vulnerable throughout their check-ins, book calls, all that. So yeah, let's get right into it. Bad body image days. Basically, what to do on them is kind of the theme of this call here. So number one, practice self-compassion. For the love of God, be nice to yourself. So here's what you're gonna do. First things first, somewhere in your house, I want you to pull out a baby picture of yourself and realize that's who you're talking to. That's who you're talking to. A baby picture or a picture of you as a toddler or, 6, 7 years old, something like that. Have that readily available. If you don't have one in your house or on your phone or on your mom's old Facebook, call up your mom, ask your grandma, I don't know, find a baby picture of yourself. Have that on hand. Maybe have it like on your fridge or your mirror or just on your bedside table or something, or somewhere just easily accessible so that you can literally in those moments look at that picture eye to eye and envision giving her a hug, envision what she needs to hear, and realize that, that little baby, she probably had a big old belly, because that's what babies do, right? They got big old bellies, they breathe in their bellies, they're relaxed, they're not so worried about how they look or stressed out about that. We learn these things. We learn being insecure. We learn how to compare ourselves. We learn how to hate ourselves. Okay. Your natural state is love. So anything outside of that is truly just an illusion that you have picked up somewhere. So after looking at that, I would start to definitely journal. Where did this thought come from? Where did this self-talk come from? Where did this belief come from? When was the first time you had these thoughts? And maybe it was when you were 6 years old, a t-shirt was showing your belly and a teacher made a comment or something like that, or you were in gymnastics or whatever it was, or your mom made a comment about how much food you were eating, or you were always told in the house that sweets are going to make you fat or your thighs are too big. Okay, find out what exactly those first moments were and how is that showing up in your 25, 26, 30-year-old adult life right now. Okay. It's literally the exact same thing repeating itself. I promise. Okay. That's what we do. That's what our brains do. It just repeats. I don't know if you know anything about like neurons and brains, but the pathways that you form, they just get ingrained and ingrained and ingrained. So if you're feeling something, if you're having a thought and it's, this reoccurring thing, it's because it happened at some point, and we now have to put our eyes on it. We have to write about it, unlearn it, and say exactly what that 5, 6, 7-year-old you needed to hear at the time. Be the adult, that was showing love and that was showing compassion, and show that to her, whether that's through like a visualization, a guided meditation. They have plenty of these practices like on YouTube or Spotify to listen to if you're not sure where to start, or journaling practices or all that. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer your friend. Just like all of you guys that come to me talking about how much you hate your bodies, I want you to know I've had all of the exact same thoughts. And some days you're sending it to me and I'm having the same thoughts about my body. And I'm like, honestly, this is great. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one, who had creme brulee and White Claws and ice cream all weekend on the 4th of July and lots of alcohol, and I'm feeling bloated, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm a fitness coach. How am I out here allowed to be bloated and feeling chubby and my pants are tight, Like, so all of those thoughts, we all have it. Every person has that. Okay. You are not alone. Every person on this call, you all have said the exact same things to me. And you're kind of rotating, person to person. It's about 3 to 5 clients per week. You are not alone. They're normal, and that's okay. So what would you say, if somebody on this call was saying that? What would you say if I came to you saying that? Or your friend, guarantee that you've probably been sitting with another girl or a friend who is talking about how much she hates her body, and literally from the most honest place in your heart, you're like, I don't even fucking see a difference. I don't see what you're talking about. You look great. But no matter how much you say that or mean that from the bottom of your heart, then, probably not going to fully accept that. Or your daughter, I don't know if anybody, I know some of you guys have kids, some of you guys have daughters, maybe you will eventually. And imagine if your daughter was saying that, So take that stance in your mind. Take your motherly, grandmotherly stance, or just your, childlike or best friend stance. Have that person in your mind just as much as you have that inner critic, right? We could probably pull up that inner critic immediately. Maybe it's already come up on this call. She is right there, ready to go. She is super loud. Where is the, inner mother in you, the inner daughter in you, the best friend in you? That voice needs to also be just as loud or louder. Talk to yourself gently, monitor your language and your tone in your mind. Becoming aware of the thoughts going on in your mind is literally the number one thing that will change your life. Just be aware, listen, and if every word that you said was written down or published, or you had to say out loud, and in the tone and all of that, would you be proud? And is it helpful? Is it helpful? And if you're doing something that is literally not helpful, what the fuck? you know? Acknowledge your feelings as well. Notice what emotion you're feeling. Are you frustrated? Are you sad? Are you hurt? Are you angry? Whatever it is, identify the emotion and stay present with it. Feel it. There's some study out there that says every emotion can be fully felt and passed through within 90 seconds. But because we're suppressing it, or we're beating ourselves up, or we're keeping this ongoing conversation, or we're trying to ignore it, or we haven't even looked and figured out what emotion we're feeling, now it's taking up hours or our whole day. Okay. And then tainting everything else. So just sit, be so present, give it a big old cry, a big old ball, punch a pillow, scream into a pillow, whatever you got to do, journal about it, feel the emotion to its fullest so that it's not just seeping out the pores into everything else you do. Recognize common humanity, understand that everyone has these shared experiences. You are not alone. Everyone. Our bodies are living beings, okay? So just like we understand that trees grow and animals fluctuate and, whatever, like everything in nature like has cycles, right? The weather, the seasons, everything is fluctuating. However, when your body fluctuates, you're a bad person. You're nasty and you're gross. What? What? Come on. All right. And especially when we're eating so many different foods, we're doing different things. We have stressors, we have work, we have so many variances in our sleep. We drink different amounts of water every day. We drink a lot of drinks with chemicals. We drink shitty tap water. All of these things, and we expect our body to look exactly the same with all these different variables. Girl, what? Come on. Focus on health. Okay. Focus on your health, not your appearance all the time. Okay. We all have these physicals. We're all very aware of our appearance. It is okay to take a break to say, for today or for this week, I'm going to focus on how my body feels rather than how it looks. I'm not going to stop and stare at myself in the mirror for too long. And if you do, maybe just gaze into your eyes and do a meditation, or say very nice things to yourself. Maybe let's not take pictures of yourself that day, or maybe let's not, do abs a shit ton because you want a tiny waist, or, or whatever that is, right? Let's throw away the focus on appearance. I promise your appearance is always going to be there. Let's focus on how your body feels. Celebrate what your body can do. Can you walk? Can you dance? Is your body just simply functioning, right? Is it fighting off some disease? Is it keeping you healthy? Are your eyeballs able to see things? Really, really practice gratitude. Be thankful that you are not currently in a hospital, where you are dying to go out to a park. You're dying to be able to see the sunlight. You would love to be able to walk and dance, or whatever, be very grateful, bring your mind back to gratitude. It's so, so powerful on these days. Focus on daily habits that make you feel good. If you know that going outside makes you feel good, do it. If you know that taking a yoga class feels good, do it. If hanging out with a friend feels good, if going, over to your mom's house feels good, going to a pool, going to the beach, do something that day that makes you just feel good. Focusing on your well-being or your flexibility, drinking water makes you feel good, whatever it is, okay? And if you do want to work out or go for a walk, maybe this is a good time to do it with a friend, Ask your neighbor, ask your friend, ask that one person that you haven't seen in a while to go on a walk, or whatever that is. Take a group fitness class too if you don't have anybody, whether that's yoga or signing up for like a HIIT class here and there. Don't isolate, okay? Don't use your workout as a punishment. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym by myself because I hate myself today. I guarantee that if you're having a bad body image day and you go work out by yourself versus if you go work out with a friend, you probably feel better if you go work out with a friend. Eat foods that make you feel nourished, right? Eat foods that make you feel full and satisfied. On bad body image days or days that I feel like I just ate a whole bunch of shitty food, I love to make myself a smoothie, lots of different fruits and veggies mixed together, drink lots of water. I like to cook all my foods at home, have minimal ingredients, and make sure I'm very full, very satisfied. Okay. If you're trying to starve yourself, only going to make things worse, I promise. So eat foods that make you feel nourished. As well as focus on rest and recovery. These are great days to focus on, okay, how can I improve my sleep? Could I do a guided meditation before bed? Should I wear blue light blocking glasses? Turning the AC down really cold before bed? Where can I get good sleep? Because I also can pretty much guarantee that if you're having a pretty crazy bad body image day, you probably didn't sleep well the night before, or at least within the last couple nights. I promise. It's crazy how much sleep affects your brain, your perception of yourself, your choices around food. We get cranky. We're like little babies. If you see a 1-year-old who's super cranky and crying, and what do you think? They probably need to take a nap. Maybe they need to go to the bathroom. Maybe your digestion is off. Maybe you haven't shit in a couple days. We are literally just like that. Okay. Also just like relaxation techniques, whether that's like a body scan, breath work, sauna, cold plunge, whatever that is, swinging on a swing, going in a hammock. That's always some good stuff. Limit social media. Body image days are definitely not the day to help with that. So it's not going to be helpful. Unfollow anybody, even if it's just for the day or just forever, that feels triggering, or the people that, you're constantly comparing yourself to. Follow pages that promote self-love, or healthy food relationship channels, or whatever it is, or body positivity pages. There's quite a few, like fitness influencers or athletes who will post pictures of them like posed versus unposed, flexed versus unflexed. I am literally not mentally in a place to be able to do that, so I'm not the girl to follow on Instagram to do that, but there's plenty of other people who do that, and it's absolutely crazy. Or they wear their leggings at a low rise and they look like what I would deem as a normal human being, and then they wear their leggings high-waisted and suddenly, and they're posing and they look absolutely shredded. It looks like you could tell me this was a 6-month transformation. It's crazy. Okay, so make sure you're exposing yourself to that. These are super helpful. And also to let you know that if you're following fitness influencers or competitors or athletes, they stockpile pictures. I do too. You take a lot of pictures on the days or the weeks or the seasons when you look the most lean, you look the most shredded, you've been doing whatever, everything is great. Take a lot of pictures, different outfits, post things like that later on throughout the year. Nobody is completely shredded year round, month long, especially as women. Our bodies are meant to fluctuate. Our bodies literally go through the process of trying to develop a baby every 28 days. Like, what do you think? Your stomach is going to look exactly the same? No. So definitely be aware of that, of Instagram and all that. Spend less time looking at screens in general, whether that's TV or reading even books, or just paying attention to other people's lives. Spend time in nature, spend time getting some sunlight. Again, not looking in mirrors or at other people's lives. Like, just get out of your head and go experience real life. That's usually what's probably causing a bad body image day. Also, remember that people only post things when they feel confident. No one feels confident every single day, first of all, and no one is sharing their body on the days when they have these bad body image days, which, as we talked about in the beginning, everyone has those. Okay. Also, this is so important, and something that, I don't say like sarcastically. Seek professional help. If this is a reoccurring thing and this is really like detrimental, and it's it will affect your whole day, or it affects whether you hang out with your friends this weekend, or anything like that, right? Like, if it's bleeding into your life, or truly if it's just uncomfortable and something that you want to deal with, seek professional help. There's plenty of mindset coaches, mentors, therapists who've literally, like, that is their job, right? Like, this is what I do. I could talk about nutrition and fitness all day. This is my profession. I do this, right? I'm fully invested in whatever your job is, your career. You're like, I could talk about this. I mean, I know it, right? I do this for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Same thing with therapists, mentors, mindset coaches. Like, go to somebody who literally has exactly the tools that you need and who have helped thousands of women with the exact same issues. Okay. This is not like a helpless thing. And even though it feels like it feels like it's you in your mind and no one else is in there. There are plenty of professionals who that is their whole career. That's their passion. You'd be filling up their cup by helping them live out their passion. I promise. Like I said, I get about 3 to 5 clients each week who are on the breaking point of absolutely hating their body. Every single one of you at some point has probably been one of those people, including myself. Yeah. So again, just to point out that it's normal. It's totally normal. Our hormones, our menstrual cycle, birth control, and just self-talk negative self-talk only make this worse, right? So, if you notice that your bad body image days are correlated with being in your luteal phase, or, when you're on your period, or if you're getting off birth control or whatever it is, there's probably some sort of correlation, and maybe it's just that inner critic. Your fitness journey will only be as successful as your mental health journey. I promise. I promise. You could eat the absolute most perfect macros every single day of your life. You could eat only fruits and veggies and chicken, and you could hit all of your workouts and do every single thing perfectly. You will be absolutely maxed out. It will only match where your level of your mental health is. It will not surpass that. Guaranteed. Okay. So make that just as important. For a lot of you guys, I know there's probably a self-love, one act of self-love per day, or one mindfulness practice per day, or one moment of stillness, or a stress management practice, or I've given you journal prompts, or I've sent you guided meditations. I don't do that because it sounds cute and funny, but because that's how you're going to get physical results as well. And if I'm noticing that that's the thing that's kind of capping you, do it. Take that just as seriously as if I was like, okay, no carbs, for this week. We're pulling back all fats, no sugars at all. You probably would do it, right? Because you're like, okay, if that's gonna get me fat loss, I'll fucking do it. But I tell you to do a guided meditation or a stress management practice, and it's like, anything else? You got anything else for me? I don't know about that one. Okay. When I'm telling you, that will be the most powerful one. That's absolutely going to affect your hormones, as well as so many things. Everything starts from our mind. Everything in this world that you look at started in a brain, in a mind. It all manifests into physical reality. So that is it. That is all. Comments, questions, concerns, anything that hit, anything you want to add? No, that's okay. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. If anything resonates, feel free to post it in the chat after the fact if anything pops up. Trying to think if I have any announcements. Not really. Yay! Thanks, Mel. I'm glad that was good. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.